Hey Virgo, so look, you've got someone here who is refusing to end something with you, okay? Look, their back is to the death card, all right? So whoever this person is, they're not ready to give up. They're not ready to surrender, okay? They're very ambitious to come towards you, to make something work, if they can, if you'll have them. But they've got their back to change, not willing to let something go or to let something change. And even with the Knight of Wands, it feels mostly like this person is very free-spirited, kind of creative person. You do have the King of Wands, so this is fiery, passionate energy here. And I feel like, this person might be coming towards you. They're very attracted to you, Virgo. Okay, very, like they do have like a lustful kind of feeling towards you, right? I mean, for sure, like you do have you create a spark in them, masculine or feminine energy, okay? But I do feel like this person, I see them coming up with really creative ways to keep the relationship going with you. Okay, so we're going to get into this and see what the message is, what's going on, who this is, blah, blah, blah. Personal reading link is in the description box below. And smash that like button and subscribe. And we'll see what happens.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to.
All right, Virgo, let's take a look at this energy. Let's see what the energy is. Let's take a look at the past situation. What you've left behind, what's in your past, what you're no longer, like what you've walked away from. Okay. Getting your wishes met for sure, or getting some kind of some abundance, or I feel like you're walking away, or you walked away from some greedy or lazy kind of behavior. Okay, this might tie into this in some way, but I feel like mostly with the 9 of Cups in reverse, what you had hoped for or wished for didn't materialize back then, right? Back then, just didn't materialize. Something that you wanted or you were hoping for didn't happen. Now your current energy. Okay, so you have clarity right now. I feel in the present. By the way, happy birthday if it's your birthday, and if it was your birthday all weekend. But I feel like right now you have clarity of mind. You have some kind of new idea or some kind of outcome to a conflict or something that you're kind of mulling over. This feels like a light bulb moment is coming in for you. You're like an aha moment. You know what to do now. Let me see. What is the challenge or benefit? Okay, the benefit is for you to express and be clear and speak directly. And to set your intentions and then to deliver them directly. Whatever's going on in your life at this time. And if it's related to another person who maybe was just very impulsive, they're still very impulsive. Something about somebody not wanting a relationship or a connection to end, not willing to surrender to this being done. I feel like you need to be very direct and clear, maybe even set a boundary or 2 or 3 or 4, but you need to be totally honest with this person, because I do feel like they're going to be coming back in, especially this week. Because they're not giving up. You need to be very clear. Especially if your needs weren't getting met or something to materialize, you need to express what those needs are and set your terms and pretty much say, this is what I need in order to make something work here. Okay? This is what I need to make this work. Otherwise, cut it off. Okay? There's no negotiating your basic terms in a relationship. Okay, sure, there's caveats, but that's not really negotiating your terms. Your terms are your terms, especially when someone is not willing to give up the relationship and is trying to get their needs met. You can be willing to meet their needs as long as they're meeting yours, right? So some kind of contract, perhaps. Otherwise, you stay in this not getting what I want energy, but they get what they want. And it feels like that's not the path. And it feels like you're getting that clarity this week. Okay, what's driving you? Well, it's just an energy of like this. There's some kind of indecision or confusion, and I feel like you don't want to be in confusion. And maybe you were in confusion perhaps in the past because there wasn't a clear boundary set, or maybe you didn't know what you wanted, or maybe there was a fear if you set your boundary, they would say no and the relationship would be over. It doesn't matter, because if somebody says no, then what's the loss? Okay, to thine own self be true, right? So I feel like what's driving you right now is getting out of this confusion or indecision, and being willing to compromise, but also not compromise your needs, okay? Being willing to say, and compromise is saying, okay, well, you're coming after me for this, and this is what you want, and I'm just not a doormat. So if this is what you want, you're going to have to meet me halfway with what I want. And this is the negotiation. This is coming into agreement. This is how relationships are, okay? So yeah, this is what's driving you this week. That sword on this Queen of Swords, this is definitely your energy this week. But that sword kind of makes me feel like, with her hand out, it's like, okay, I'm willing to listen, palms up to receive. I'm willing to listen and receive what you have to say. But if you're not willing to come into agreement with me, I'm cutting it off. That's what the Queen of Swords does. Very direct. All right, let's see what's crowning. Coming down. What's crowning? Strength. Yeah, you need to have this courage and the strength to be firm in your resolve. And I see you doing that this week, and having the courage to stand up for yourself and speak up for yourself. Don't be stifled. Don't be a doormat. Don't take whatever's just coming down the pipe. You can be selective and be choosy. Okay, so strength is there. This is courage. This is about self-love. This is about confidence. You have the power, I feel, to calm this beast, whether that's in your mind or the person you're dealing with. Look at her. She's very confident and soft in her way to get this beast-like creature, this lion. A little bit of feels like a little scratching under the chin. A very soothing energy as well, but it's also, like I said, it's I feel like it's just about self-respect, your self-respect. So you're coming into some really good energy this week. Let's see what comes towards you. Let's see what comes towards you. All right, Devil in reverse, wonderful. Okay, no more toxic BS. I feel like in order to get rid of some kind of toxic energy, you need to address it. You need to address it. That's the devil energy. There might be somebody, this could very well just be someone who is, they're very, very attracted to you. It's not could be, they are. They have a very strong physical attraction to you, Virgo. They're very hot to trot for you, okay? Very. You really turn this person on. They're not, and look, they're not willing to lose you. Really? So you kind of have leverage here because of that, right? Obviously, they're not willing to give this up. They're not willing for this to end. That's what death is. Death is like changes, endings, moving on, rebirth. This person's like, nope, it's not over yet. Whoever they are, could be a fire sign, doesn't have to be, but whoever they are, they're very, like, you're it for them. You give them fire. You do. You give them this fire. They don't want to lose that. So looks like you have a little leverage here. And I feel like even if you set your boundaries and you set your terms of what you want and what they're going to need to do in order for you to give them what they want, I don't see that I feel like they're going to be like, okay. Okay. That's fine. I'm going to get my needs met. I can do this for you, right? For sure. It's very positive. All right, let me show you. You do have, so you could be dealing with an air sign, you could be dealing with a fire sign, there could be a Scorpio, a Leo, a Capricorn in the mix. Okay, so yeah, got the devil in the reverse, right? So this is, look, the devil in reverse is every single time. Fun, sexy times, okay? This person will, they will compromise. They will meet the need that you have as long as they've gotten the need met that they want to get met as well, right? And it's a little transactional. Can I just ask, like, where's the love? What's going on here? Is there feelings? Does this person have feelings for Virgo? Virgo, do you have feelings for this person? Right, so this is just to clarify that this person will make that change for sure. I will ask and we will see. Let me see position of you, right, this current moment. Because these are the energies. But let's see where you are right now. Okay, yeah. So you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So this is good. And I will say that it did show up in reverse initially. Either way, the Wheel of Fortune is good. But I feel like you would stay or continue to engage with this person if they were able to meet you halfway and come correct. But you need to tell them, this is what I'm going to need for this to work. Otherwise, it's a no-go. And be willing, to make the change and walk away if they're not able to do that. But I feel like they will be able to do that. They will be. Okay? So pretty much the Wheel of Fortune. There is something here unfinished for you. Maybe you feel that way deep down. Your anger might be covering it and saying, F them, I don't want this anymore, blah, blah, blah. But I do ask you to ask yourself, if this person were to come in correctly, some of you might be like, listen, I don't know what it is that you need. Whatever your terms are, you need to decide that. But for some of you, if they were able to make the changes and try to be a better person for the relationship, and encourage each other, and you guys do really good for each other, I do feel like, is it possible that you would be willing to say, okay, we can give it another try? I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't. I'm just asking you. Okay, because I do feel like there is something here that's showing you would be willing to give it one more try to see if it works. And if it doesn't, then you could say, well, at least we tried. Let's just move on and go find people who are better fit for us. Something here, for sure. Let me take a look at this external energy. What's external to you? All right. King of Swords. External to you, and the Sun. I feel like this would be your person. They're in the energy of the King of Swords. So this is logic, open-ended conversation. I feel like it's what they want. They want to shed some light. They want you to see them. They want you to hear what they have to say. They want to have a conversation with you for sure. I feel like this person's pretty strategic and intentional. And I feel like with the Sun, yeah, they're being open and honest, or at least will be going forward in September, but especially this week. They have a very positive outlook. And I feel like they do want to be with you. They might be in and out of your life, Virgo. Maybe they don't know where you stand. Or maybe they're just very impulsive and they're forgetful. Either way, I still feel like you should take on the Queen of Swords energy. Because when you take on the Queen of Swords energy, I feel like they will understand that the most. If you took on like the Queen of Cups or the Queen of Wands, this person's very much currently in their head. The Swords, the King and Queens, when it comes to the sword energy, it's all about the intellect. If you spoke to this person in emotion, I don't feel like they would be receptive to that, but they are definitely open to intellectual conversation. And intellectual conversation is about using logic with the sword energy. And I know that you have that in you. Calm, sufficient, honest, strategic thoughts and words. So if you are going to have a conversation with this person about your needs, if you were to say, well, I need you to show me more love, or I need you to be more affectionate, or I need you to, something along those lines, I feel like that's one of those things that just happens naturally. But this is more about the structure of the relationship and what will make it work, okay? And if you were to have that conversation with them, like, you need a structured kind of a relationship where they can't be just in and out at their whim or dictating things, you would be open and willing, I'm seeing here, to go into some kind of agreement with them as long as they keep up their end and you keep up your end of it. You know, it looks to me like this person really is more about the physical connection, not necessarily sex, but cuddling, kissing, touching, being in your presence, you know, that all those physical things, the fire. And maybe you are too, but you might be more so, well, you're not going to give that away freely unless you have some kind of structure. You might need to be the one to set the structure, because I feel like your person, when it comes to you, is a bit physically impulsive. And you're kind of like the lighthouse, and they are like the ocean waves crashing against, you know, your building, right? You seem to hold the power for structure, and you need to, Spirit's saying that, you know, in some way you may need to be the one that says, hey, look, this isn't going to work unless there's some kind of defined lines around this. Doesn't have to be marriage or anything like that. It just needs to have a structure, because a relationship that doesn't have structure, like, the heck, you know, even the planets are rotating in beautiful structure, you know? I mean, imagine if we had no gravity. We would all be just all over the damn place, you know? Even even Earth has structure, you know? So it's unnatural to not have structure. It's kind of chaotic. And I don't feel like you sit well with chaotic kind of energy, so... Let's see, hopes and fears. All right, yeah, so you do fear that, yeah, these could be fears like, oh, it's not going to work, or this person's going to, or we'll get into some arguments, or you'll get hurt, or they'll, you know, you guys will break up, or, you know, there'll be a loss or things like that. Well, you know, Virgo, in this reading, I feel like that's the risk. That's the risk. If you don't want to take the risk, you don't have to take the risk. But, you know... sometimes love does come with that, you know? I mean, love is always a risk, because it's a risk to be vulnerable. I feel like you might be less inclined to open your heart because of heartbreak that you've had before. Or you guys, maybe you might feel like you don't want to go through this again, or risk it not working out, or another heartbreak. But, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, if you have some unfinished business and maybe you need to see it through one last time. If you don't, like I said, this wheel keeps moving, and you can turn that wheel and just depart. But if you're not willing to take the risk, and you would rather, I mean, I just feel like if you're not willing to take the risk, you probably won't want to take the risk with anybody else either. Let's see what the outcome. What is the outcome? Queen of Cups in the reverse. Well, this person's going to be all over you emotionally. They are. Let me just tell you. You better be careful. I feel like the person you're dealing with is kind of insecure. But I do see them being, like, smothering you with love and affection and, like, a lot. Your fears might be bigger than your hopes. But I feel like they want you. They want to be with you. They just don't know how to be with you for some reason. And I'm not saying it's your fault. They're just acting on their own impulses, you know? And maybe they come across as kind of like a little kid, you know? Like they're not really sure how they're feeling. They're not really good with the emotions, I feel like. They either act out impulsively, physically, or they're very logical. There's not much emotion running with this person, but I do feel like if you and they, you work this out, because I feel like they'll be all into it. You set the terms, they'll agree. I feel like you're going to get a lot more than you expect from this person, from your person. Could be a water sign, but you're going to get a lot more than you expect. In fact, it might even be the pendulum swings way too far in the other direction, and they can't leave you alone at all. Now they're no more in and out. Now they're just on top of you, like calling you all the time. 20 times a day. Where are you? Who are you talking to? Where are you going? I love you. I miss you. I love you. I miss you. And you just saw him like 5 minutes ago. Okay. This is crazy reading. There really is. But yeah, this person wants to be your daddy. Oh, they want to be your daddy. Cap that dog. They want to be your daddy. Or you want to be the daddy, whoever I'm talking to. Yeah, but I'm telling you, the confidence, I feel like this person's kind of like, oh, their confidence will shoot through the roof if you're willing to work on something here with them. Their confidence will just shoot through the roof. This person will be just all over you and take the lead in this relationship. I feel like they're coming in and out of your life because they really don't know how to be consistent, or if they should be consistent with you in a relationship. They might even be kind of sabotaging the relationship by just being, maybe just trying to have sex with you and nothing else. They might be sabotaging it because they don't feel worthy. I'm not telling you to feel sorry for them. I'm not telling you to fix them. I don't feel like this person wants to be fixed or rescued. And even if they did, that's not your freaking job. Okay? So don't do it. Grown-ass adult. Don't be out here fixing people. Go fix the house instead. Okay? Put your energy there. Get that plumbing fixed, because I know your toilet is on the run. I know it. I can just see it right now. I can hear it. Shh, you won't stop. Some of you're having some issues. You need to fix it home. You need to call the fix it guy or the fix it girl. Okay, put your energy there, not into fixing people. Such a crazy message. But yeah, I feel like they'll be really receptive to you seeing what you want. I'm missing, okay. And you guys, I'm going to make an extended reading for this. So the link will be in the description box below this video if you want to see, like, we'll go into more deeper specifics. Okay. So let's take a look and see what the Chinese sign is, you and or them. All right, year of the horse, year of the rooster, tiger, year of the snake, year of the rabbit, year of the pig, year of the ox, and the year of the dragon. I just want to see their feelings. I want to see if I can catch a glimpse of how they feel about you. I know there's feelings down there. We know it. I know there's feelings in there somewhere. Oh yeah, they feel a bond, but they want the bond to get stronger between you. Okay, and this person, I just saw engagement, right? As you reveal your innermost selves, they want to open up, right? They feel you deserve love and you are lovable, definitely. I just don't feel like they're big on expressing emotions. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like they're like the lovey-dovey type. Not that they don't, and that doesn't, people that aren't lovey-dovey, it doesn't mean they don't have feelings. It just means that maybe they express them indirectly, or they don't come right out. They don't wear their emotions on the sleeve. Okay. Doesn't mean they don't have feelings. You know, it's like if you try to, like someone who's nonverbal, you know, it doesn't mean they don't have feelings. They can't express their love verbally. I'm looking for my deck. Where could you have gone? Oh, here we go. The Burning Heart Love Oracle. Let's see what their feelings are for you. A little peek into see what feelings they have for you here. Yeah, this person, they don't want to be toxic anymore. Okay, so there was definitely some toxicity in this relationship, but I just feel like you have the power. You're the one leading this. Believe it or not, you're the one that leads the relationship. And if you're a female, women are always leading the relationships. I know, and some of you are like, I'm tired of leading. Nah, yeah, listen. Lead it, and they will follow. If you build it, they will come. Okay, I've been working on myself. Yeah. I feel like this person's open to... They're open to what you say. They're open to the healing. Yeah, see, they ran because they weren't ready. See, you might have been dealing with someone who's a bit immature. Maybe that's why you were just like, calling it a day. Something's not working, but something's telling me that there's just one last thing here for you to do. And that's to be clear and direct, not angry and not pointing the finger and not saying, you never do this, you never do that, but just saying, listen, and this is only based on when this person returns. You shouldn't go out seeking them out, especially the females. You shouldn't go chasing them. If they are returning, which they will, they seem to be impulsive. They may return just based on their the physical, okay? And when that happens, you've got to have that conversation. Say, I see you're back. What is this looking like to you? Like, what are you back for? What are you here for? Not in a mean way, you know what I mean? But you just want to try to find out, like, what's going on here. And then tell them what you're willing to, ask them what they want and let them tell you. And then you set the terms. Say, okay, well, because they're coming to you, which means they want something from you. So you don't just say, okay, I'll just give you whatever you want. You don't have to give me anything. No, you got to get your needs met here. Right? So I feel like when they return, just be direct. Say, look, this is the deal. I'm willing to do this for you, but you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. That's the structure. I want to make you happy. I miss your smile. Okay. That's why they come back to you. It's not just the physical. I mean, the smile is physical. They want to please you. But you got to tell them how. and try not to be afraid of telling them how. And try not to be afraid of being rejected. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable in the sense where you can say, hey, this is what I need for this to work. That's all. They'll agree. Because they're going to get something out of it as well. Because they're there to get something. Everybody, listen, don't be thinking everybody walking around here is Jesus. Everybody wants something. Everybody's trying to get their needs met. Every single person on this planet is going to try everyone. Your freaking dog is going to try you. It's going to be begging for a bone. Your cat is going to be with the little paw pushing the food dish. Fill it up, fill it up. The kids try. Everyone. We all do it for each other. This is a human experience. This is how we interact. This is how we survive. We need things from other people. You need it too. And you can ask for it. And you can say, this is what I need. All right, self-care. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. So this is kind of an energy of like, okay, what do I really want? What do I really need? And also with this person coming into your life saying, and this could be somebody new as well, or someone that you've just been kind of dating or what have you. This is like, what do I need from this relationship? What is this person capable of giving me? And what am I willing to give in return? Okay? It's safe to trust in this situation. So I feel like you need to take that time, if you haven't yet, and figure it out. What's going to work for you and what isn't. And if this person is not willing to do it, okay, goodbye, somebody else will. But I feel like they will. I feel like this is the right path here. And if you have, and let me just say this, if you have done all this already, for those of you, you've already done this and they agreed and then they faltered, well, what does a credit card company do or a bank? If you default, they come and take your house and they don't do business with you anymore. Okay? So I'm not telling you just to, here's the thing. You got to set it one time. And if they don't get it or they don't follow through, then you got to send them some warning letter. Hey, remember what we agreed upon. Send them a warning letter. And then if they say, oh, okay, yeah, let me, sorry, whatever, got distracted. I'm just trying to get used to this, whatever. And then if they do it a third time, then you got to be like, okay, cut off notice. Very simple. Keep it very, very simple. And if you've already cut this person off, this is not your reading. Okay, this is just you moving on because you've already done the right things. And this is you moving on to the next person who you will have to go through this again. But every single time you got to state the terms. Every single time. Balance. One person giving too much in this relationship. Yeah, definitely needs to be. And I feel like this is the person I'm talking to here, where this needs to be like a game changer. Game changer. Yo, we're in football season already. Woohoo! I think is there a game on tonight? I don't know. I got to figure it out. Balance. Don't be the one giving too much. Meeting in the middle. That's where it needs to be. And I feel like this message for this week going forward, if you do this, I feel like that the result you're going to get is this person will be willing to make these changes. Whatever you need, because they're going to get something in return. And if they don't, if they say to you, nah, I'm not willing to do that. And don't leverage sex, please. Don't leverage sex, because that's really easy to get over, especially if you're a female. Because if you have sex with them and then tell them your terms, they could just say no. And if you set the terms first and they agree and then give them sex, they could just fall off. So don't ever leverage sex. That's the prize. That should never be used as leverage. Ladies, my ladies, sex is the prize. That's the ultimate. That is the goal, like not the goal, right? But that is like what's wanted most of the time from men. And don't you, and any men that are on my channel like, I don't want sex. Okay, well, you're a liar. Okay, you're a liar. You're a liar. Who are you lying to? You're lying to yourself. Don't come in here and lie to me. You're lying to yourself. I don't want sex. I want love. Bullshit. Everybody wants sex. Come on. All right. NJ. Whoa. SNJ. Southern New Jersey. You know I'm calling that out because that's where I'm at. Okay. You have J, NS, SNJ, NJS, whichever. Someone's birthday's on the 8th. We have the 5th. You have the 9th, the 4th. We also have a Sagittarius. And we have the 20th. All right. The letter C, letter V, G, X. I don't know why X always shows up. I have another Virgo here. All right. And you have the 6th. Someone's 46, 48, 68, 64, 65, 45. Oh, I don't want any more initials. Let's see, other signs here. All right, Aquarius and Aries. We have the 8th again. The 9th again. All right, the 16th, the 18th, the 14th, then 15th, 21st, 24th, 28th, 26th, 29th, 25th. Somebody's nickname is Red. I just heard somebody's nickname, Red. Yeah, we're getting red. All right, let me see what your charm is. You guys, I played the, it was 1.1 billion jackpot Powerball yesterday. Guess how much I won? Guess. I won $10. I won $10. And guess what? The first two winning numbers of the Powerball was 823. And I did not play the numbers. That's my birthday. And I didn't play it. I let the machine choose the numbers for me. I was like, oh, because I got the Powerball. Of course, that's how it goes. So it's like a Alanis Morissette ironic song. All right, you've got watermelon. Ooh, remember that old song, Watermelon Sugar? Somebody's eating watermelon or finishing off the last of the watermelon from maybe Labor Day. Watermelon. All right, what else do you have? Okay, got a Cancer. So somebody could be dealing with a Cancer. Soft in the middle, hard candy shell on the outside. Oh, look at this. You've got Cinderella's pumpkin carriage. Very feminine energy. Beautiful. My feminines need to be in their feminine energy. Leaning feminine. in their feminine energy. You also have grapes. Hold on, that means something. Wait a minute. Cough syrup. Cough syrup? Somebody taking cough syrup? I don't know if it's grape flavored. Somebody's taking grape or had some cough syrup. I can't talk. Grape cough syrup or grape gum. Maybe some bubble gum. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up. All right, you guys. So I'm going to leave that there. Don't forget, the link in the description box below will also probably be in the comments. I'm going to go into the extended reading and just get into more details, specifics about this person to see, like, you know, what's going on, what you need to ask, what you need to say, what your terms are, how that will all look, and if it'll be a happily ever after scenario. All right, you guys, so don't forget to check that out. Smash like and subscribe on the way out, and I will see you all back here tomorrow.